What's up, guys? Salty Diver here. I just want to chime in today on one of the random woes that commercial divers sometimes have to go through. So as counterintuitive as it may seem, we're not always allowed to work on our own equipment. That's because certain companies, they won't teach their technician courses to people who don't work in a scuba shop. So sooner or later, we usually end up having to take something to a scuba shop somewhere. I'm going to try really hard not to rip on scuba shops in general in this, because I have been to a few that I really like. One is, I had to have my annual service done to my AGA, to my Conshell 14 first stage regulator, and since I'm such a big fan of small business, I decided to toss them my dive computer to change the battery as well. Commercial divers generally know what's involved in all the service that's going on. So whenever you take your equipment to a dive shop to have 3 very minor things done, and you get a bill for $578, you know something is Is that a better volume? So after they told me how much I owed over the phone, I, of course, wanted to see what the charges were. And I asked them to send me an invoice, and I got this lovely email. Salty Diver, I do not have the ability to email a copy of your invoice. But the breakdown is as follows. Don't worry, I'm going to post this in a high-quality PDF on my Facebook page. So me being me, I couldn't leave it. I couldn't leave it at good enough. No. So whenever I initially recorded this video a few weeks ago, I had just gotten the bill, and I was shocked. And I knew at that moment that I was going to make a video about this, but I didn't know how far I was going to take it. So my initial thought was, well, I'm going to put out the first video, and if they decide to kind of like change their attitude, I would not release the name of the dive shop. So whenever I sent an email asking what the charges were for to Lighthouse Diving Center at 2502 Pacific Avenue, Tacoma, Washington, 98402, I had a lot of questions. I'll start out by saying that I'm not an expert in scuba and commercial diving maintenance, but I know a thing or two, and I do know how to look up manuals on this, which is the magical thing. So I did a little bit of research, and I sent old boys an email back. Cole. Not his real name. A few comments and questions. 1. What exact service was carried out on my mask? I asked for an annual. I asked this because part number 460190902 is the parts kit for a 6-year overhaul, not an annual. The mask is 2 years old. You can verify this for yourself here. I provide the link to Interspiro's manual. The annual kit for one full mask, part number 460190404, will include 1 O-ring for the cover and 2 non-return valve disc covers, which are part of the valve seat assembly. I'll touch on this in a second. You can see the kit here for $8.88. I provide the link to Amron, which sells this kit for $8.88. They charged me $175 for this. Well, they charged me $175 for a 6-year overhaul kit, which is probably ballpark right for a 6-year annual overhaul kit. The problem is that I asked for an annual service, and they gave me a 6-year kit. 2. I know I needed to replace one of my valve seat assemblies. They pop in and out in like 5 seconds. I lost one somewhere. Did you maybe install 2 of these by accident? They should be around $20 a piece. And I provide the link for that part. 3. Do you think it's efficient to take an hour to change an O-ring and 2 valve seat assemblies? 4. I didn't ask for an AGA hose. I have 2 of these at the house. 5. Do you really think it's reasonable to charge $42 to change a battery? I'm a big fan of small business, so I figured I would toss some more work your way, but $42 to change a battery seems really egregious. 6. I'm curious what O-rings were required. They should have all been included in the service kits. If you've ever done any service on a piece of scuba or diving equipment, you'll know that in these kits, they provide everything that you would need. So, on a separate note, and this is true, I was told it would take 2 weeks to perform this service, and it took over a month. Would you please reevaluate what was done to my mask to ensure that I'm not paying for anything that I did not ask for? Thank you, Salty Diver. So after a few days, I received this gem of an email. It's really long, and 3/4 of it is bullshit. Salty. I had this verified by our own in-house technician, who I should have gone to. Yes, I know. I'll go ahead and provide this letter on my Facebook page as well. But to give you kind of the rundown, as they said, we aren't charging too much, and OTS standards. They keep talking about OTS standards, and that's because OTS is the distributor in the United States, but they aren't the manufacturer. And ADCI regulations say that these have to be maintained to the manufacturer specifications, not the distributors. And OTS also teaches the same annual that's in the manual, so they can salty dive. One of the things that really gets to me here, that really just bugs me, is they say, we did not charge $42.50 to change a battery. That charge was for a spool service where we take the swivel off, clean the gauge, spool, and hose in an ultrasonic cleaner, replace the 2 O-rings, lubricate and reassemble the assembly. That costs $22.50, and the battery change is $20 for a combined charge of $42.50. I didn't ask for a What's up, guys? Salty Diver here. I just wanted to chime in today on one of the but something I say in these emails that I really do believe in is free market capitalism. I believe in small shops. I love small businesses. And whenever small businesses like Lighthouse Diving Tacoma fuck people over, I think people should know about it. The consumer should know what they're going to get. And because diving equipment, especially no offense scuba divers who don't know a lot about what's happening to their equipment, whenever they get this back, they're just going to accept it as this is what it should be. And it's not. Whenever you're going to a scuba shop, you should really look into the reviews and see what people are saying about them. Because I didn't, and I paid for that. But the good news is that they knocked a couple of dollars off of mine for shit that I didn't ask for, which brought my grand total down to $497.10. I know I don't typically go off the rails at any one person or business, but this struck me as being especially egregious. As divers, I feel like it should really be our own responsibility to look out for each other and not take advantage of others. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more great diving videos whenever I have a chance to make them, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, and as always, stay salty. They gave me an extra valve seat assembly. That means this only cost me $32.50.